Hello everyone, welcome again to Master In. My name is Rodrigo Garcia. Today let's learn how to create this Jeopardy presentation. It's perfect to use it to review class activities, training sessions, or just for fun in a party. Please subscribe, like this video, share, and let's start. The first thing you will do is create the project cover. To start, let's insert a rectangular shape, format the gradient color. Here you can use the color combination of your choice. I will select blue scale. Once you have formatted the shape, insert the title of your project. I will use the TV show logo. Duplicate the slide. You will use the shape of the second slide to create the question board. Insert a rectangular shape and set the size to 1 inch tall by 2 inches wide. Duplicate the shape and place it parallel to the right of the work area. Next, duplicate the shape 4 more times. These new shapes will be the game's category titles. I will change the fill to red to make them more visible. To align them horizontally, select all the duplicated shapes, go to Shape Format. Select Align Objects, then distribute horizontally. Now, duplicate all the rectangular shapes and drag them parallel to the bottom. Change the shape to rectangles with rounded corners. Once this change is done, duplicate these new shapes 4 more times and always parallel to the bottom. These shapes will be the question boxes. I changed the fill color to white to make them visible. Select all the shapes to format the contour. On my end, I colored it in gray. You can add shadows effect or format them as you want. At the end, we're going to use it to create a screenshot and use it as a template for our game board. Play the presentation and hit the print screen button in your keyboard. Depending on the Windows version you have, it automatically copies the screen, or if you have Win 11, select the screen option from the drop-down menu. Go back to the slide and paste it with Ctrl+V. The next thing you'll do is rename the newly pasted image and move it to the back of the workspace. Next, you'll select all the rectangular and rounded corner shapes along with the newly created image to make a subtraction. This image will serve as a template for our quiz game. Before subtracting the image, remove the outline of the rectangular shapes. The intention with it is to shorten the subtraction area from the picture and keep the gray contour in the image. After that, select the image and the shapes, navigate to the Shape Format menu and select Merge Shapes, then Subtract. After subtracting all the shapes from the image, there will be a single image with gaps, which we will use to insert the dot boxes that will contain the questions in the game. You can delete the background image and keep the template. Next, insert a new rectangular shape. Size is 1 inch tall and 2 inches width. Format it. Copy it. Place the duplicate at the end on the right, where the 6th category slot is. Then duplicate 4 more new boxes to the left. Select all the boxes and navigate to the Shape Format menu. Select Align, and then distribute horizontally. Add the titles to each box. Select them all and group them. Then, send them to the bottom of the work area below the template. In this example, I renamed the objects from the selection panel to easily identify them. Once you have titled all the shapes, let's continue with the points boxes. Once you have all the categories, again, group them and send them to the back. You can rename the category to identify all the belonging elements, but is not necessary. The next thing we'll do is insert a new slide. We'll format the slide background from the Design menu. Select Format Background, Gradient Fill, and combine the desired colors. I'll select blue and purple. We'll apply this design to all templates. When creating new templates, it will keep the same design. Now it's time to create the text box, where we will put the question box for each question. We will insert a text box where we will type the value of the points to be earned for each question answered correctly and the question. Format the size and color of the text as needed, center it, and place it in the middle from the Shape Format menu. Then align, then center. Repeat the steps and select middle. We will insert a new shape. Format the fill to your liking. I will use the same color format as the slide background. Next, add a text box and type in the score for each question. For example, my first point box will have 100 points. Format the text color and size. Make sure to center the text box. Once you have finished formatting the text box, group the newly added shape and the text box together. We will add an exit animation to this group. I will select Dissolve, and the animation should start after previous. Here we will create an excitement of anticipation, as the question will be revealed when the point box disappears. Next, we will add a new shape. It must cover the entire work area. Lower the percentage of the fill color to 99%. Selecting the shape, we insert an action to return to slide 2. You can rename the shapes if you want it, but is not required. Be sure to insert the new shape below the group and above the question text box. Navigate to the slide 2. Let's insert a slide zoom. Navigate to the Insert menu. From there, select Zoom, then Slide Zoom, and select the slide 3. Resize the width to 2 inches. It's fine if the height is larger than 1 inch. Place the slide zoom image above the first hole below the first category. Be sure the zoom image perfect fills the hole. You can rename the element if you want it, but is not required. Just for the example, I renamed it to Cat 1-100, then send it back. Add an exit animation to the slide zoom image. I will choose Disappear and assign an action to trigger the animation. It triggers on click of Cat 1-100, which is the name of the same slide zoom image. Let's test it. If you click the points box, it zooms in, then the points box disappears and shows you the question. If you need to go back to the slide 2, click anywhere over the image. It triggers the action to go back to the slide 2. Where's the board? The animation disappears before zooming in like a quick blink. Let me show you again. Delay the animation duration to 25 milliseconds and test it again. The slide zoom won't disappear while zooming, animating it smoothly. It disappears when you go back to the board. Duplicate the slide with the points. Now this will be our slide with 200 points. Make the necessary corrections to the points and the question. Once we have made the necessary corrections, we will repeat the process, inserting a zoom slide on slide 2. Now selecting the slide number associated with the 200 points. We rename the slide, readjust the size, and place it on the second slot of the first category. We send it to the back, and we will have to do the same with all the points boxes. Let's test the board and see how it works. When you click each points box, you can see the smooth transition from slide to slide. This is what we are looking. A quicker way to do this is to duplicate the slides by the number of question boxes we need for each category. For example, here I will duplicate 3 more slides and change the score from 300 to 500 and make the necessary adjustments. Then, go back to the second slide, go to the Insert menu, select Zoom, then Slide Zoom, and now select slides 5, 6, and 7. Once they are inserted, resize all the elements and align them to the center. Place the 300-point slide in the 300-point slot and the 500-point slide in the last slot. As shown in the video, selecting the slides, I align them vertically. Next, we need to add the fade animation to all of them. Then we assign the trigger. Here I didn't change the names of each element, but on the right from the selection panel, I can see their names. When selecting an element, I see what the name is and assign the fade action to the trigger that has the same name as the element. I repeat the process with each of the elements. It can be exhausting to assign the animations and triggers to all these elements, but it's worth it. Let's test the board again. Test the buttons to confirm they were programmed correctly. As you can see, the options run perfectly. You have to repeat the steps with the rest of the boxes until you have completed all the dot boxes. You can pause the video at this point before continuing with the project. If you are ready, continue with the video. Once you have added all the dot boxes, test that they work. Keep in mind that the more elements, animations, and multimedia you add to the project, the longer it will take to load. The recommendation for saving this type of project will always be in PPSX or PPSM format. But let me show you two more options. You can insert audios, for example, in the music category, insert songs. In this case, I will use royalty-free songs to show the example. Find the slide where you will insert the audios. In this example, I will look for the 200-point slide. Let me change the question first. From the Insert menu, select the audio option, audio from this PC, and insert the song. You'll see the song's timeline and the speaker icon. From the playback menu, we'll trim the song to just 5 seconds. You can choose where in the song you want to trim. It can be longer or shorter. It's up to you. Change to start automatically. Also check the hide during showbox. So the audio buttons won't be shown while the slide is playing. When you start showing, you won't see the timeline and the audio plays automatically. Let's do something similar with a movie clip for the movies categories. Find the first slide of this category. In this example, I'll select 100 points. Let me change the question too. Make some room below the question to insert the video clip. From the Insert menu, insert a video from this computer and trim the video to 5 seconds, whatever you think is necessary. To do this, navigate to the playback menu and select the Trim tool to make the cut. Once you have trimmed the video, select Autoplay in the Start option. Rearrange the order of the elements. From the selection panel, drag the video above the question and the back button as it's shown in this video. Let's test the board and see how it looks. You can see the video automatically playing. So, it's working as we need. Let's go back to the first slide. Insert a new shape to create a button to start the game. Format it as you need. Then insert an action to go to the second slide. If you don't know how to insert actions, I invite you to watch the PowerPoint playlist in this channel. One more thing, let's restrict the presentation so the end user cannot navigate it without clicking buttons. Remember, if you want to send it to the end user, save it as PPSX or PPSM. It's a lighter version. So, that's all for this video. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like the video, activate the notifications, and share. If you feel supportive, please invite me a coffee. Find the link in the video description or follow the QR code in this video. See you next time. Bye-bye.